Hello? Sorry about that. I do have updates for Windows scheduled to happen at 2 a.m. And I guess Windows thought that now was 2 a.m. So I had to deal with that. Hopefully there's no lag.
Allow me to remind you that an epidemic of unknown origin has already eradicated a few genuinely distinctive towns in the northern part of the country. The cause and circumstances of these tragic events remain uncertain. There is a lot that we cannot explain yet. It appears as though the plague has a mind of its own, as if it is driven by some irrepressible will. Why else has no one managed to fight it successfully? Why does it target the most precious aspects of our existence? The sand plague picks its victims fastidiously, and the same principle always draws it back to whoever tries to oppose it. Surprisingly, we've yet to hear a single word from the powers that be.
Okay. Sorry I always, get cut off there, but every time the narrator starts speaking, I try to quiet down. I don't want to interrupt the narrator. So I already did a recap in the last, 3 minutes of streaming that I was able to do before the game was unpleasantly lagging. But basically the goal right now is for me to find food, and if we don't find a good source of food before we get some quests, I will just cheat. It's alright. I'm just playing this for the story. Hopefully the sound and everything is okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get chat back up on my phone. It was on the last live stream for some reason. There we go. Okay. Now I'm able to see chat. I'm gonna plug my phone in before it dies, because that would not be fun midstream. Okay. So let's find us some food. I was having some difficulty. Is it still... Why is it still like this? It feels like it's a little bit smoother than last time, but I think this is just the state of things right now. Sorry about that, guys. Is there anything I can do in the game settings to fix this? I can turn the already beautiful graphics down a bit. Oh, please restart the game to take effect. I'm trying to find something that'll work so I don't have to keep constantly restarting everything. I think Windows just hates me today, honestly. I think Bill Gates is personally bullying me right now, and I hate him. That doesn't require a restart. I can turn that off. I don't know what that is, so we'll leave it. I should know what that is. Is this any better? Oh, I just got a letter. A worrying message from Georgie Kane. Please visit me at the Crucible at your earliest convenience. Another misfortune has befallen us, and again it concerns the person whom you have traveled so far to see. I hope the woes of our family are still of some importance to you. They are, Georgie. I'm so sorry another woe has befallen your family. Another misfortune. New quest. Go to Georgie King. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. I don't know how to fix this. I'm hoping once the computer is like fully, like, I mean, it's fully started up right now. Like, it has fully restarted. But I mean, like, once it's gotten into the swing of things and figures out that I'm trying to game and stream right now, maybe it will stop being so laggy. But I think I'm talking about it as though it's a person. I think once Windows like settles down basically and stops doing whatever nonsense it is doing, things will run like butter again, hopefully. And I'll turn the graphics back up then too. Though I honestly am not noticing much of a difference. I know some people are picky about that, but... Oops, there's a water bottle in there. An empty water bottle, but a water bottle all the same. Where do we need to go now? Across the bridge, right? These contagious people really need to go home. Like, can you even trade with me? When we get to Georgie, we'll also, you know what, let's just stop in Maria's and do this, actually. I'm gonna cheat my hunger bar up now that we've got things to do. Or a thing to do. Let's see. Pathologic. Hunger. Cheat. I should specify classic so I don't end up with all these articles about pathologic too. There we go. Sorry if this ruins anybody's immersion, but I'm literally just here for the story, not this roller coaster of survival mechanics. Holy cow, why do we need so many pop-ups? There we go. Oh, that's it? How do I find out? Is the player ID the same for everybody? We'll just try this, and if it doesn't work, then we'll cry. that seems to work. Nice. We're no longer hungry. Or we're very hungry. I don't know if 0 was no hunger or all hunger. But the bar is gone and we're not dead, so I assume we're okay.
What is this disease?
Trying to get chat back up as well. Sorry about that. That is not chat, YouTube. Oh my goodness. Is that what the stream looks like for everybody? Is it really that trippy? Or is my phone just being super slow now too? Clearly Simon has not reached the end of his earthly path yet. What? Is he back alive? Alright, what's up? What's this misfortune you were telling me about in your letter?
Few people know death. We only endure it, usually from determination, and even from stupidity and custom. Tell me what you want, and I will tell you who you are.
My dear doctor, misfortune is a regular guest in our family home. A new calamity has befallen us. What is it? The house in which Reuben lived and worked has been tainted by infectious mold, and had fallen prey to the looters. Our messengers searched every nook and cranny. Neither Reuben nor Simon's body are in the house. Some of the people that helped us to undertake the search are paying a terrible price. They've contracted the sand pest. How would you explain the absence of the body? It appears that once the infection began to spread over the house, Master Reuben decided to remove the body. He must have taken it to some hidden location that he considered safe. However, since we haven't heard from him, we can only infer that Reuben is dead. Is there a chance that the body was stolen? There's a lot of people that don't want me to, take care of this plague here. True, someone could have stolen the body to force our family into offering ransom for its return. In this case, Reuben's silence and absence might mean that he is in pursuit of the thieves. Is there anything I can do for you? Please help us recover the body, Doctor. We are already much indebted to you for having identified Simon's killer. It's not your faults that the truth has turned out to be so distressing to us all. I implore you to help Simon and us once more. Find my brother's body. The task is far from trivial. Where do I even start? You haven't given me any direction. Someone may have seen something. I believe you've made some useful acquaintances in the town's slums. Not to mention we have all manner of lowlife here. Could they know something? Speak to my brother Victor. He is much better than me where the practical sides of things is concerned. I'll let you know what I find. So let me write that down. I should have written it down before I closed out of the conversation window. Reuben's house was infected. And Reuben and Simon's body are now missing. And no one's heard from Reuben since he left. So we've got to figure out where they disappeared to, or if someone is, if someone has taken the body and run away with it, and if they're holding it for ransom, like, we gotta deal with that potential situation.
I'm too old. Nothing can harm me anymore.
And I guess he doesn't have anything much else to say other than, I will richly reward a friends that finds Simon's body for me, and I will squeeze the last drop of blood from the mongrel who stole it. Anger is a poor companion for a noble man. I get why he's mad, though. I don't really want anyone else handling the body. Let's go talk to Victor about this. I'm so sorry about the lag. I don't know, it seems to be really bad when I'm outdoors, too.
Is this disease indeed as deadly as they say?
Every hour brings us more trouble. Do you know anything regarding Reuben's whereabouts? Sadly, no. The disappearance of Master Reuben fills me with sincerest regret. He is, of course, the person most to blame for the loss of our brother's remains. But that's not what matters. And what is? We have no competent people left except you. We're unable to put up a struggle. Is it true what I've been told? That you've declined Sabarov's request and did not accept responsibility for the town's future? Who told you such nonsense? Not only did I agree, I explicitly stated my eagerness to do all that was within my power. Blah. Also, I bullied him into giving me a gun, so... You are a noble man, Bachelor Dunkovsky, so we do still have hope. I'm gonna write down that somebody told Victor that I didn't accept responsibility for this. Because that's kinda nuts. So, did he say who said it? So he blames Reuben for the disappearance of the body. And someone told him, we don't know who, that I declined Sabarov's request. Which is just, that's nutso. I'm mad. All these people lie to each other all the time. They're so dumb. Got two options here. That's my duty towards the powers that be, or I'm acting in accordance with my beliefs. I'm gonna go with number 2. I'm acting in accordance with my beliefs right now. What, that's it? That's it! Buddy, come on, you have to talk to me a bit more than that. Every hour brings us more trouble. I'm looking for your brother's body, Victor. Do you have any ideas on the subject? You already hinted that you do because you said you blamed Reuben for the disappearance. I do. If I were you, Olgimski's son would be the first person I'd turn to. Young Vlad, nicknamed Chiron. Reuben and he had some business together. He knows places where Reuben may have taken the body. Have you already talked to him? I have tried, but we are in a difficult position now. On the one hand, we are putting pressure on his father. On the other, we're asking him for a favor. That's interesting. What kind of pressure are they putting on him? Because, like, I thought this was all done for. So, we'll talk to young Vlad. Putting pressure? I was under the impression yesterday we had managed to put an end to all disputes between the ruling families. There can never be an end to disputes between our families. It's as impossible as reuniting day with night. But now I feel that Big Vlad's actions have a bearing on the root of all our troubles. I don't like this silence from the termitary. Could it be there that the infamous murderer is hiding? Oh my goodness. Though that is true. We have the riot, and Isidore's return, and the outbreak. It's all tied together somehow. Alright, so I'm never going to convince all these people that the plague is real, so we'll just go with option number 2 here. The thought has crossed my mind too. The Tributary riot coincided suspiciously with Isidore's return from the steppe and the outbreak of the epidemic. A stranger has made their way into the town. Human or Shabnak, it doesn't matter. We can't establish whether their involvement in Simon's death was direct or indirect, but the involvement is clearly there. Why do you say that? It has been revealed to Maria in a dream that the cause of Simon's death is hiding at the Turbitary. I intend to find out why Big Vlad refuses to adamantly open it. And you should ask Vlad the Younger if you get the chance. Alright. That's even more news. Maria had a dream about this, and she's got the, super mistressy prophet powers here, so... Maria had a dream. The cause of Simon's death is in the Termitary. And also, Big Vlad refuses to open it. Okay. I've written down that I want to talk to Maria, I want to talk to Little Vlad, and I want to talk to Big Vlad about all this. Though I don't think we're going to get much out of Big Vlad because it doesn't seem like he ever has much to say to us. Let's go talk to Maria and little Vlad. Oh, here we go. Vlad the Younger is a loyal son. He may be cynical, but deep inside he believes in the precepts of vassal ethics. He has no reason to conceal a crime. I'm sorry I'm having so much trouble reading today. It feels like my tongue keeps tripping over my teeth. He has no reason to conceal a crime, but he'd never help us knowing that we're acting against his father's best interests, notwithstanding our respect for each other. Tell everyone in your household to remain indoors. If anyone had to be sent outside, don't let them back in. What? Abandoning them in the middle of the perilous night? No. Such people will have to go to the isolation ward first. Saburov promised me that the ward will be set up soon. Okay. So we've got a mark there, so we definitely need to go there. We haven't marked off Maria or Big Vlad's place. So I guess we don't have to go there, but I'd like to. Does he have anything else to say?
I feel as though my blood is getting thicker.
I guess not. Let's get out of here. How's it going in here? Can you tell me about that dream of yours?
Changeling met Andre.
I guess not. Thanks for the no help. Aren't you bound or something? Hang on. What is this? He's specifically highlighted here. People are willing to take the fall for reasons most peculiar. Cold calculation, despair, duty, and even love. Today a new opportunity to step closer to the victory has come up. Having learned about this, a few people have abandoned the safety of their homes, endeavoring to assist you in your efforts. If you value their lives, find a way to fulfill your current goal by nightfall. If you couldn't care less, let them do as they please. You still have a few people left who are willing to sacrifice themselves for your cause. Okay. Well, let's make it a little note here that we need to talk to Peter as well. Since he's in trouble. Or something. I'm not really sure. He's specifically highlighted there, and that worries me. And am I missing any people on that list? Like, did anybody die? I can't remember who all we had at the start. Let's see, we had a list. Here's the page. We had Georgie, Victor, Andre and Peter, Maria, Eva, and Mark Immortal. So it looks like they're all there, right? I think we're okay. We haven't lost anybody yet. I think since Maria didn't have anything to say to us, Big Vlad probably won't have anything to say either. So I'm not going to prioritize talking to him as much as I will talking to Peter and little Vlad. Let's head. We want to go to the bridges and we're going to head south. Let's fill up more of our water over here as well. I stop at the store? Do I even have money? Not much. Not anything that will, like, get me food. It's gonna be way pricey today. I think I'm just gonna have to rely on, stealing and taking what people give me. There's another guy who should go home. A weird noise. I guess it was just the thunder. You guys really need to go back into your own homes. They're making me nervous whenever I see them. I feel like they're gonna start, like, swinging at me. Where are we now? We're over here, so we need to turn this way, actually. How's it going?
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters, even that of disinterest.
How can I help you? Reuben's disappeared. His home has been infected and looted. Neither his body nor Simon's was there. Where could he have gone? I don't know. I haven't seen him. Do you suspect that Reuben is dead? Why should I suspect that? If Reuben were alive, he would undoubtedly make his whereabouts known. And he certainly wouldn't keep quiet about the pests getting inside the town. He's one of the few who have an actual understanding of what that entails. Okay. Interesting. So, talking to little Vlad. Okay, I've written down that he wouldn't just quietly disappear if he were alive. And I'll ask, is that what you think? Well, if neither Reuben nor Simon were in the dead house, that means Reuben has at least attempted to move the keeper's body to another place. Otherwise, we would have to surmise that someone has stolen 2 infected bodies with peculiarly obscure purposes. Wouldn't you agree? What other place would Reuben try to move the body to? There are several locations where Reuben could have taken the corpse, but I have no plans to reveal them to you until you do our family a favor in return. You know, why not? Unless it takes up too much of my time, there's no reason to say no. I want to settle the dispute between us and the Canes concerning our unwillingness to let emissaries into the termitary. I don't know what the Canes are thinking, but we are not harboring anything or anyone there that could be of even remote interest to them, especially to my deeply esteemed fellow Victor. So why don't you let the inspectors in then? If you're not hiding anything, if it's okay to go in there, you should be letting people investigate. First of all, it's dangerous. The rabble is still rioting. I've told you about that more than once already. Secondly, Father will not submit to the younger Cain's orders. If this keeps up, we'll soon be taking orders from his 10-year-old son. I didn't know that Victor had a 10-year-old son. So, there's still riots in the termitary. That hasn't calmed down. And Stielgimskis will not submit to the Cain's orders. And Victor has a 10-year-old son. We learned a lot from this. I'm not doing this on the Cain's orders, but at their request, and I act on my authority, not theirs. Sounds elaborate. Very well then, I'll give you one more reason to keep the termitary closed for as long as possible. Frankly speaking, it's you who should have prohibited us from letting anyone in there. Even yourself. It is your direct duty. You mean quarantining the place? Exactly. Fortunately, we locked the termitary off a day before the sand dirt came to our town. Should the Cains insist, I have an argument that will easily convince both them and you. You require proof of the veracity of my words too, don't you? I'm gonna write that down too. I think we might already have this in the notes, but the termitary being locked a day before the sand dirt came is pretty important. I'm listening. The Cains are hiding something too. They have their own skeleton in the closet, and it's even more unsightly than ours. Our closet is full of our own workers. Theirs is full of other people's children. If you can make sure that everything is well inside the polyhedron, then trust me, the termitary is fine too. It's an enclave, a closed chamber. Was the polyhedron closed after the termitary? And it was much closer to the original source of the plague, to Simon Cain. Okay. Okay. So I've written that down as well. Sounds convincing. I'll inspect the polyhedron and talk to Victor, but I'll ask a favor of you in return. Help me find Simon's body. Try to curb the righteous anger of the judge and the terrible Victor. They seem to have finally decided to harass my father to death. I have no doubt that no matter what he did, it's not his fault. If you do that, I will gladly assist you. Deal. And I have some other questions, sir.
We promise according to our hopes. We perform according to our fears.
It's just occurred to me that a map with the infected areas charted on it would significantly help couriers and medical aids. You know, I could use something like that. It may be surprising to you, but I've already seen to that. My men are now assigned to produce such maps daily. The cost of making one copy is a mere, let's see, 1,000 or so? Oh, okay. New quest. Give little lad 1,000 for a useful map. I'll be sure to order a copy when I have the required sum. Anything else?
Is the disease really contagious?
It's strange how neat this place is considering the earthworks. Oh, okay, that's it. Okay. I suppose I can cheat in the money, but I want to see if we get any naturally through the day. I still never paid the hunchback, and I'm not sure where to find him because he's not at the he's not at the cemetery anymore. Grace was there, but he wasn't. We'll get some more water while we're here too. Should we talk to Victor before we go into the polyhedron? And from what I understand, we can't even go in anyway, right? Like, I don't know that that's the place we can enter. I'll talk to him first. We're here first, we'll talk to him first, it's fine.
That does it. I'm going to break soon.
I come bearing news from the Olgimskis. It has to do with the termitary. Most curious. What is it? Vlad the Younger asked me to tell you the following. The termitary has been closed before the polyhedron was, and so there are many witnesses to that. Really? What is he getting at? He has no reason to believe that the situation inside the termitary is different from that inside the tower. Ingenious. Damn it! Alright, so be it. If that's how he's spinning it, then I'm forced to leave him alone. For now. You can tell him that. It will only last until we find proof that not everything is in order inside the termitary. Perhaps you might order your son to open the polyhedron so that Olgimski's agents could inspect it. That will give us the right to inspect the termitary. My son has long ceased obeying me. He regards me as an enemy. Only Nina had an influence on him. His beloved sister was someone he might have trusted, but now even Maria can't make him open the polyhedron. And I wouldn't take the risk either. Let the children remain fortified. I'd like to make sure that your confidence is not groundless. My son has now founded a kingdom of his own. There it is, towering above our sinful earth. He wouldn't let anyone into that world, not even his own father. If you're interested to know what's going on there, give it a try. Maria thinks you're a man for whom nothing is impossible. I've been long interested in what's going on inside that place. So we've spoken to Victor about the polyhedron, and I guess we can return to Little Lad. But while we're near the place, we might as well go and look. Let's save here in case it turns out horribly. Does he have anything else to say as well?
Is this disease
No,
indeed?
he's done. Which way is it? This way. I don't think they're gonna let us in. I don't think they should let us in either. But we can at least see what all the fuss is about. That's kind of pretty. Look at the floor. Right above us? Why does it have a stinger? Oh, it's even got little drawings of it on the floor. How high up am I gonna have to go? I feel like I should have saved at the bottom of the stairs. What happens if I jump from up here, too? I'm very curious about all of it. No one stops me from going up here. Ah! Hey, how's it going? You can't go inside, or else the tower will topple. I'm a friend of the Kanes. I've come to see Khan. You're in luck then. Khan has left the faucets to mourn his grandfather. Come in, but don't try to get inside. You really don't want us all to perish, do you? I really don't. What is going on behind you? Is this a...
What?
Is this like a... Is this the focus? Can I talk to these guys first? No, I guess not.
Why are they acting so girlish? Yeah.
Adults are not allowed in here. It can topple the tower. I won't be staying for long. Who do I have the pleasure of talking to? My name is Casper. I'm son to Victor and Nina, the youngest of the Kanes. Now you name yourself. I'm Bachelor Denkovsky. I'm going to write all of this down already. We're investigating the polyhedron. Talking to Casper. Ah, are you a friend of our family? I haven't known your family long enough yet.
Yeah.
You wanted to speak to me. I'm listening. It's actually me who's listening. Tell me about the structure. It's a mystery. You won't be able to fathom it. Do you see the walls? Yes. I thought so. We children do not see them. There on the left is the coast of the New Sea. Behind you are the cleft islands. Behind my left shoulder, the knot of the 5 footpaths. And the faucet a little way to the left from it is actually the collapsed bridge from the legend of the Ever Reborn. Is this some kind of joke? What are the walls you see made of, guest? It all looks like paper to me. It's like pages somebody has written on. Strange. Very strange. The average thick-headed grown-up sees mirrored surfaces. It's the reason they're calling this the specular tower. Each person only sees an infinite series of their own reflections. That was the design. That's interesting. Are there really 1,000 children in here? Yes, but they're on the other side of the faucets. You can't see them, but they can see you clearly. The faucets are a reliable barrier. Against what? You. Your doppelgangers. Everyone who comes from across the river. I don't have any doppelgangers? You do. 2 of them. Also endeavoring to save humanity. At least that's what they say. Every word they utter mirrors yours. And so far, they've caused nothing but harm. What kind of harm? Our salvation lies in repose and silence. Our town may stay still now, freeze, like someone who's stirred up a nest of venomous snakes. Then the disease will abate and burn up in its own flames. I was told these were your words. Were they? More like my thoughts, really. I want to know more about the doppelgangers. I guess I should have asked more. Let's see. It sounds like Denkovsky wrote something down, so let's see what we've got. The disappearance of Simon's body seemed to greatly trouble the Kanes. Could it be that a powerful, burly man like Reuben fell victim to some mysterious body snatcher? Maybe Victor would have some insight into where I should start my investigation. Vlad should have more information. Reuben took the body and the locations. I need to know where Reuben took the body and the locations of any other such places. I also need to ascertain whether the son of Isidore, widely known as the Ripper, has anything to do with it. The young Ogibsky, being a respectful son as he is, has a cunning way of concealing his failures. He has agreed to provide the information I need, but only if the Kanes withdraw their demands from his family. Meanwhile, Victor insists that I investigate the cemetery as soon as possible. Victor has agreed to withdraw the demands. He doesn't want the tower to be implicated. They seem to be hiding something there, but whatever it is clearly not the disease. Moreover, I don't think I am the one they are trying to deceive. Perhaps I could use this whole affair as an excuse to sneak into the mysterious tower across the river. I can speak to Vlad about whatever secrets I uncover there. The child speaks like a grown man. His manner leaves an impression. Could it be that Olgimsky is right? If the cemetery is protected from any external influence as diligently as the tower is, I can exclude both buildings from my inquiry for now. Wasn't one of the other characters mentioned to have, like, reincarnated? Yeah, Simon absorbs Nina's spirit when she died. I wonder if this kid absorbed Simon. Because, I mean, this is totally something, right? Like... And what... Like... My brain is broken. Alright, let me out of here. I want to leave. Do I just live here now? Oh, jeez! What was all that? Can I jump? I can! Oh, this was a horrible idea. Why didn't I save? Oh, no. We have to do all that all over again. Why did I do that? Oh my goodness. Hi, Victor. You won't believe the day I've just had. Back up the stairs we go. Can't believe it. Oh, can I jump down? Oh, let me just do that without saving after this arduous journey up the stairs. I guess this gives me an opportunity to pick different dialogue options. And Zenkovsky gets some exercise. Hey kid, I just jumped off the edge. Did you see that? Cause it was just a minute ago. Can I come in now? Thanks.
This tower is Mom's gift. It will be as I say.
Okay, this time we're gonna choose a different options. Last time I said more like my thoughts, really, but this time we're gonna choose to tell him that we're gonna ask him about the doppelgangers. We're gonna ask what do the doppelgangers have to do with anything? They make people uneasy. It's because of them that no one stays put. Disturbed by the Haruspex's actions and the changeling's bar me preaching, people start fussing and end up laying their lives upon the altar of the common good. We children will not listen to you. Duh. What did I specifically do to lose the trust of children? I'm protecting our world, and we're doing just fine without you. We can handle this plague even if it spells the end of the world. Did you want to check that this place is clean? Have a look around. It is clean, I promise you. But I won't let you in, wise bachelor. No offense. Are you sure? You may mean well, but you bring evil and destruction all the same. This town is too fragile for your thudding steps. Your heavy hands will crush us all, even if you were only grabbing us in order to pull us out of the abyss. Go in peace. Everything's all right here. Will you promise to let me know if anybody becomes sick? I promise. I'll be happy to talk to you anytime here at the Agate Pit. And if something terrible happens inside, I'll be the first to shout for your help. Should I tell him I'm going to talk to his dad? That seems like the #1 thing you shouldn't tell a child. I'll just say that's reassuring. Anything else?
The worst lies ahead.
I guess that's it. And that was the way out, because I tried to talk to you before, and you didn't do anything. But when I stepped here onto this, like, diagram of the stairs, it sent me back out. Is there any other thing of note here? There's this. What happens if I step here? Nothing. I guess I don't know how to use it. Let's save the game. And now I'm gonna go secretly talk to Victor about what his son just told me. I loudly proclaim as I slowly walk down the stairs. I'm sure all the kids will appreciate me tattling on them. I guess it's not really tattling on him. I'm sure they'll be very reassured to know that their kids are safe here. Can I... is this gonna hurt? That was so stupid. Why did I do that? At least I survived. Zenkovsky isn't your average video game character. He's not your average protagonist. He takes some serious fall damage from a little hop. Victor, I talked to your kid. Hello, I talked to your child.
Is this disease indeed as deadly as they say?
Okay. Well, that was a very fruitful conversation, sir. Glad you care about your kid. Where did I need to go? I guess I can go back to Little Vlad and also, okay. I just fixed my health back up. Just can't... I love jumping off of things. But I feel like I shouldn't have just stepped off of the stairs like that early after dying the first time. Where are we? We should be... Yeah, we're on the steps of this thing, the cathedral. We can go down this way. I'm getting all this garbage to trade, but I haven't run into anybody to trade with. So, again, it's good, because it means they're all quarantining, right? They're all staying home. But it's bad, because I have all this garbage in my inventory. I heard a weird noise. Okay, I talked to Vlad, and I looked in the polyhedron.
I am crushed by these walls.
I managed to settle the matter. Victor will no longer insist on inspecting the termitary. I'll keep my word. Honoring the venerable Simon's remains is our mutual goal. We are bound by the same grief. There's a Ripper, perhaps even more than one, on the loose in the knots. I think they're runaway butchers. Runaway butchers? Or those few who were unlucky enough to find themselves outside when the termitary was blocked off. Now they're hiding in the town. I believe they're stealing the dead to use their bodies for divination. They have their own future-telling techniques. I don't like the sound of this. Alright. So there's termitary butchers. Loose in town. In the knots. Using dead bodies for divination. It's not good though. That's really not good. I don't actually want to look into these people. They can just keep stealing dead bodies and I'll go home on the next train. I'm done. What does Reuben have to do with this? I'm convinced that it was those people who stole the body from him. Are you interested in finding out where they could have taken it? Absolutely. To be honest, I'm not sure myself. One curious young man managed to trace their path. It seems they have been carrying the dead to the spleen district. I'll mark the house on your map. So they're carrying... dead to the spleen. If they resist, am I allowed to kill them? Not only kill, but take whatever possessions of theirs you may find in that house. Body snatchers are no longer protected by law, even if they happen to be butchers. Very well. Anything else?
It's all very suspicious.
You still want my money. I don't have any money. I couldn't even afford food. I had to cheat it in. Okay. I actually want to get food in real life. My real life hunger meter is kind of low. But this is really gripping me, actually. Let's go up to Big Vlad and see if he has anything stupid to say to us and useless. And then we can go up to the house full of rippers and dead people. Also, a gun. Oh yeah, 10 ammo. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for anything. Hopefully there will be a way I can get in there without fighting, because this game doesn't seem to be, like, super combat heavy. Oh, I'm so hungry in real life. I hope you can't hear my stomach. If you can, just pretend it is Bachelor Zenkovsky suffering and not me. I'm helping your immersion by role-playing Zenkovsky's hungry stomach. Did I go too far? I did. I need to take the stairs over here. Okay. That was too much for me. Once we get to, Big Vlad, I am going to have to take a brief intermission for food. My stomach's grumbling so loudly it feels like there's a phone vibrating in me. It's awful.
What?
The Skinners. Yes, that was one nasty day, wouldn't you agree? Have you heard anything about the Ripper? Yes, I've heard the rumors. Several bodies missing from the cemetery. Nevertheless, you must realize a single person couldn't have done it. There must be several people. One man just couldn't appear in several places at once over such a short night. But you'll have a chance to see that for yourself soon. Who do you suspect, then? The butchers, of course. It's a no-brainer. Even the sickest bastard wouldn't commit a blasphemy like this. Some people are shameless enough to use a knife. But no one, except for butchers, would steal bodies. It's dangerous and pointless to boot. Alright, I believe you. Got anything else?
This girl is dangerous. Very dangerous.
You're in
No
charge
one can
of...
resist her.
You're in charge of the hospital now, aren't you? We're already busy starting it. Do you want to know more? Is that the only reason why you came? On the one hand, I'm curious about the measures that he's taken to, get these hospitals running. On the other hand, I'm also curious about what he's doing with the workers. As far as I understand, you are the person that keeps the native population in check, and that's why I need you. Most of your workers are from the steppe, aren't they? Let me put it this way. I have a certain influence on them. Yet the only thing in charge of the kin is the kin itself. Keeping it in check is no easier than managing a community of silkworms or termites. The foreman of the abattoir knows how to do it, to a certain extent. But why do you ask? I'm gonna need to work with dead bodies. since I still haven't been provided a place to keep my research uninterrupted, I need to find out a way to deal with this issue. The dead bodies are already being worked with. The person who's doing it will be eager to share the results with you. Look for him in the disease hotbeds. Most likely he has already gone there. Who is it, and how do I recognize him? He stands out from the crowd, my friends. You will know him at once. He is quiet, unlike the others, and has a steppe phenotype. There's a deep wrinkle on his forehead. He'll wear protective garments. I bet they'll be stained with blood. Right. I guess it won't be too hard to find a person with such obvious features. Alright, we should write this down as well. And I think there was one more thing I could ask
Why,
him.
my children, like this?
I need a detailed report on the amounts of pharmaceutical drugs we have. I'm happy to relieve your mind, Doctor. We're distributing protective and preventative drugs daily among the townsfolk. Even the antibiotics. We've selected the drug agents from the list you gave us yesterday. Are you satisfied? Yeah, thanks for actually following some instructions. Well, I am glad you've finally given me the credit I deserve. The Gaines have also given out everything they had, though they had less than me. And it's easier to give out things when you're poor as a church mouse. I'm genuinely grateful that you're doing this. I'm not going to reprimand you or remind you that it's your duty. I'm glad you're actually cooperating for once. Alright, let's save it here. And I'm going to go get some food, and we'll pick up the stream in 20 minutes, a half hour maybe? Maybe a bit longer, because I do need to actually account for time spent cooking the food. But I will be back to stream in a little while. Thank you for watching so far. I will be back soon. I'll just alt-tab and end the stream here, actually.